On the second-seeded Florida State Seminoles seeing their first action in this ACC tournament. Virginia Tech advanced last night, but the big question is the health of Justin Robinson, their point guard, who turned an ankle. Earlier today, it was North Carolina, the regular season champ, seeing its first action of the tournament. Behind 19 points from Isaiah Hicks, they dispatched Miami by 25 points. And then Duke, down by 12 with 13 minutes to go, rallied to win. Grayson Allen had 18 points. He combined with Luke Kennard and Jason Tatum for 67 points. Tatum at 25, Kennard 24. So here's a look at the brackets. Later tonight, Notre Dame will take on Virginia. How about that semifinal to get it started tomorrow night? North Carolina and Duke, and the other side of the bracket will have the winners of tonight's two matchups. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Brooklyn. I'm Sean McDonough along with Doris Burke, joined in just a moment by Maria Taylor. And when you look at these brackets, there's a lot of excitement still to come here in Brooklyn.
What a move by Mike Krzyzewski to go zone against a Louisville team that had figured it out on the offensive end. But Friday night in New York City, Duke, Carolina, it's going to be great.
In our first game tonight, should be a high-scoring affair between Florida State and Virginia Tech. The Seminoles having one of the best offensive seasons in school history.
There's a lot to like about this team. Size, athleticism, depth, you name it, they've got it. Speed, but this is in 15 years for Florida State under Leonard Hamilton, by far their best offensive team, Sean, and they've got two NBA-level talents. Dwayne Bacon is an absolute shot maker when the game is on the line. This guy is fearless. He can create his own opportunities in transition. He's an aggressive scorer in the mid-range, and maybe the most important thing for the next level, he has vastly improved his long-range shooting. And how about Jonathan Isaac, 6'10" freshman, who can get it done in any number of ways. For more on the Seminoles, Maria Taylor.
Well, Doris, you've certainly mentioned the success that Florida State has already had during the regular season, but head coach Leonard Hamilton doesn't want to leave a single stone unturned as they head into the postseason. So on Tuesday, he talked to his team about national champions who had bad regular seasons, a 10-loss NC State team that goes on to win a national championship. UConn in 2011 and in 2014 when they had 8 and 9 losses. His point was it doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. It's all about how you play and put the pieces together right now. He knows he has a young team. He wants them to play in the moment, and he hopes that manifests itself here tonight, guys.
It was a terrific regular season for Florida State with the 24 wins, most ever in a regular season for the Seminoles. It included a victory in early January over Virginia Tech, a 15-point win in Tallahassee. But Seth Allen did not play in that game for Virginia Tech. Zach Leday did play last night in the win against Wake Forest to get the Hokies here. He was tremendous.
By force of will, this guy, as an undersized forward, has turned himself into a player. And last night goes for a career-high 31. Tied a career high with 15 rebounds and flat outplayed the first-team ACC player, John Collins. They don't walk out of here and advance to this level without this guy being workmanlike. And Seth Allen, in 10 wins in the ACC regular season, this guy had 5 game winners, and he's the top of the scouting report for the Florida State Seminoles.
Florida State and Virginia Tech to get this nighttime doubleheader started. Pleased to be joined here in Brooklyn by the Game Day gang, led by Reese Davis.
Sean, Doris, Allison, thank you very much. I saw a shot of Buzz Williams. I checked with the Virginia Tech bench to see if he had a backup shirt, just in case he switched through the dress shirt, as he did in the Louisville game earlier this year. And the ticket coming in here tonight to see the Hokies and the second seed in the ACC tournament, Florida State, Jay Williams and Seth Greenberg here. Now look, Carolina and Duke historically have dominated this tournament. You have Rick Pitino in it as well. Are we completely in Notre Dame? Are we completely dismissing the second seed Florida State? Are we overlooking them to our own peril?
I think we're totally ignoring the bottom part of the bracket because the top part of the bracket is so loaded. But Florida State, the most athletic, longest, best offensive team I've ever seen Leonard Hamilton coach.
I don't think we're overlooking Florida State. I think it's interesting. They are the number 2 seed. They are very talented, but this team is also 3-6 on the road in road games in the ACC. And you wonder about their offense actually working together as a unit. This is not your father's Florida State defensive team that they used to be. They allow teams to score.
And Virginia Tech has done that quite well. They've been a good offensive team as well, especially down the stretch. Earlier this afternoon, you heard Sean and Doris allude to this game. Duke and Louisville, what a fantastic matchup between the 4 and the 5 seeds. Game was tied at 70 after Duke had rallied, as Sean mentioned, from that 12-point deficit. How about Luke Kennard, who didn't start well, but certainly finished well?
He did. Jason Tatum kept his team in the ballgame, the entire ballgame, and Luke Kennard got hot. And Jason Tatum and Luke Kennard combined for 49 points.
How about Grayson Allen in the second half? He made big shot and big play after big play.
This was the last possession. Louisville had a timeout here. Probably should have bailed Quentin Snyder out there. He ended up throwing up a 3 to try to tie it. Duke won at 81-77. Where this game was lost, from Louisville's perspective, they were 4 of 21 from the 3 and only 15 of 26 from the free throw line. But it does set up round 3, as many anticipated, Duke and North Carolina on Friday night. So a quick peek at that one, Jay Will. What's the first thing you're looking at Duke Carolina in the third meeting this year?
Well, it's interesting. Grayson Allen had 18 points. He was 5 of 12. But I'm going to go ahead and say that he got an A in acting. He made a couple of plays where he wrapped himself up that ended up spinning the game, Seth. It kind of changed the momentum of the game. He made a great play where he kind of got himself into a player, called up, the ref called a foul. You felt the whole momentum of the game shift. Luke Kennard comes alive. And it's always going to be interesting because who's going to be the one guy from North Carolina to try to match up with Jason Tatum?
Luke Kennard shows up every single night, and especially when the game's on the line. And Duke doesn't win against Carolina if Grayson Allen doesn't come up big. You saw it in Cameron. For Duke to win tomorrow, Grayson Allen's going to have to play well. But you're right, Jason Tatum is the toughest matchup in the tournament. You can isolate him on the block. You can isolate him on the elbow. He is hard to defend.
You know the best way? There is a secret to defending Jason Tatum. You hope he misses. I mean, because you're not stopping him. That was about all he had. By the way, in case you missed it in the Big 12 tournament, Kansas got knocked out. We'll have highlights of that coming up at halftime, losing to TCU. No team has ever lost its first game in the conference tournament and went on to win a national championship. That might bode well or badly for Florida State, Sean.
Indeed, Reese. Great to have you guys here with us tonight. Virginia Tech and Florida State and the Seminoles around their veteran head coach Leonard Hamilton. It is 15th year as head coach at Florida State. He led them to their only ACC tournament title in school history in 2012. He's the winningest coach in the history of Florida State basketball. Buzz Williams, third straight trip to the ACC quarterfinals in his 3 years. He's won the first game in each trip to the ACC championship and then lost the next game. So he's hoping to reverse that trend tonight. Starting lineups are brought to you by Cintas. Justin Robinson's health a question. Turned his ankle last night in the win against Wake Forest. It's the best three-point shooting team in the conference with Bibbs Hill Outlaw, who's red hot, and C. Xavier Rattan-Mays runs the show for Florida State with Bacon, one of the best players in the country, man, Isaac and Ojo. A lot of talent on display. Jonathan Isaac, 6'10" freshman, playing in his first ACC tournament game. Now we're ready to go. Ted Valentine, Bill Covington, Brian Dorsey, the officials. And Bill Covington will throw the ball in the air to get us started. Michael Ojo, the 7-footer, jumping for Florida State, and he controlled the tip as he was matched up against Hadim C.
Virginia Tech opens with this matchup zone, and this is a concern for Florida State. One of the things they want to do is navigate that balance between one, becoming passive, and two, becoming a quick shooting basketball team. For Leonard Hamilton, that's crucial tonight. What kinds of shots are they generating against this Virginia Tech zone?
Terrence Mann, Xavier Rattan-Mays, and back to Mann, a sophomore from Lowell, Massachusetts. Now Isaac facing, and his first shot was short, but it wound up with Mann. Mann's only made 6 threes all year. That's why he didn't want to hoist that corner 3. Xavier Rattan-Mays off the mark, and the rebound down to Ty Outlaw. Doris should think a big advantage tonight for Florida State is depth. Leonard Hamilton said he'll play at least 12 players, perhaps 13, and he does that regularly. Buzz Williams has just 7 players, and one of them, Robinson, is a question mark with that ankle. Nadim C scores inside to get the Hokies off to a good start.
I think this is a Florida State team, to your point, that counts on cumulative pressure over the course of 40 minutes, taking a toll on their opponents. Size, speed, athleticism, depth. They've got it all.
Tough pass. Man missed the target. Bacon was the target.
Well, one of the things that Florida State's concerned about is this right here, the ability of Virginia Tech, particularly with Robinson, to navigate off the dribble and create shot opportunities.
There's Robinson. So far, so good. He got a lot of ice and treatment, obviously, over the last 24 hours. And then it gets flicked away by Xavier Rattan-Mays. Jim Christian, the Boston College coach, said there isn't a better ball pressure defender in the league than Rattan-Mays, and he feeds Ojo for the dunk.
Made shots allow this. They're full court pressure. And you can get a couple of different looks. This is a full man-to-man.
Robinson, sophomore from Manassas, Virginia. Good student at Virginia Tech on the all-academic team. You have to have at least a 3.0 GPA. Justin Bibbs, the left-hander, knocks down the 3. They shoot 40.6% from beyond the arc as a team, best in the ACC and 10th in the country.
How'd you like to be taking that 3 and have Jonathan Isaac at 6'10" with his wingspan and speed be closing on you? That's great concentration.
Dwayne Bacon takes a hit from Bibbs, and Bacon will go to the free throw line.
My goodness, Mr. Bibbs. There's the dribble drive and the pitch, and look at that. He's closing, and that's one of the things Florida State talked about. With our length, let's make sure we're making them shoot over size. And to me, Xavier Rattan-Mays' growth in this position right here, Sean, his point guard abilities has been crucial to this team's 24 wins. And Xavier Rattan-Mays is a guy who came in as a natural scorer.
Dwayne Bacon made the first free throw. And the second, it's 5-4. Seth Allen quickly off the bench. In essence, he's a starter. He plays as many minutes for the Hokies as anybody else, but he was the 6th man of the year in the ACC. Averaged 14.5 points per play in conference action during the regular season. He lost it as he approached the big fellow Ojo. And Bacon will bring it up, and they set up the action with Xavier Rattan-Mays Jr. from Scarborough, Ontario, and he gets called for carrying the basketball. Well, that's not a good sight for Hokie fans. Robinson already needing little attention on that right ankle that he turned last night in their win over Wake Forest.
On the dribble drive, just gets his foot, and then of course he fell later in the basketball game and hurt that hip, Maria.
Well, you know, they put Robinson in an ice bath as soon as the game was over, and he came over here, got a little bit of treatment from the athletic trainers, and was just kind of flexing the ankle back and forth, but he was saying every time it flexed that it hurt.
Bad pass. Allen threw it right to Bacon, who threw it back to Allen. So an exchange of turnovers, and here come the Hokies leading 5-4, more than 3 minutes gone by. Allen transferred after a couple of years at the University of Maryland. Zach Leday fouled. He was the star last night. Ojo called for the foul. Leday had 31 points, his career high. He matched his career best with 15 rebounds. They made a lot of big free throws down the stretch.
Well, you think about this guy, because of his size, there are the numbers and the efficiency from last night that you referenced, Sean. You look at him size-wise and you say, how is this guy that productive on the interior? Just 6'7", he's looking opposite Michael Ojo, who's a mammoth. What does Seth call him? A man masquerading as a mountain. I would say Michael Ojo.
Or definitely masquerading as a man.
Yeah. So for Zach Leday, can he use his athleticism and speed and create a problem for Mr. Ojo? Or will Ojo impose his will? We'll see how this plays.
Well, the good part, as you suggest, for Leonard Hamilton is if Ojo can't handle it from an athletic standpoint, they do have smaller, more athletic bodies you can try to match up with Leday. Ojo is 7'1", 304 pounds. Bacon for three. He's an improved three-point shooter this year, but not that time. Out of bounds. It goes back over to Virginia Tech. Leday, he also transferred into Virginia Tech after a career at South Florida. Veteran Virginia Tech team that's on its way to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2007, when they were coached by our own Seth Greenberg. Nice block by Isaac. 42nd block of the year for the freshman. He's 5th in the ACC. First media timeout. When we come back, we'll look back to Florida State's 2012 ACC tournament title.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by New York Life. With the right guidance, everyone can be good at life.
Morning, it's another pure gray morning. Don't know what the day's holding. And I get up right when I walk right into the path of a lightning bolt.
Stay. I'm good.
I won't be late.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
No kissing on the first date, all right?
Life doesn't always stick to a plan, but with our investment expertise, we'll help you handle what's next. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
They say Californians are living the dream.
But things aren't all that glamorous.
Nope. We have our struggles. It's no cakewalk.
A dream? This?
There's just no magic.
Same old, same old.
The sun rises every morning.
And sets every night.
Still think Californians are living the dream? Come see for yourself. I mean, seriously.
Start your trip at visitcalifornia.com.
When I want a $7.99 large pizza from Pizza Hut, I can order with this, and now from my Pizza Hut Pie Tops.
Now get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal.
Because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
No 2 allergy days feel the same. With Nasacort, even on your worst days, there's relief. Unlike antihistamines that stop just one cause of nasal allergy symptoms, Nasacort stops more. So no matter what kind of allergy day you're having, relief is yours with Nasacort.
Champ Week's biggest night begins Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
Florida State's only ACC tournament title came in 2012. They defeated North Carolina in the title game. Michael Snare was the MVP. He had 18 points against the Tar Heels. They prevailed by 3, and they had quite the run to the championship. They had to knock off Duke in the semifinals. They were ranked 6th in the country. Duke, the 2011 champion. And we've had a 6-year run with no repeat champions. 6 different schools have won it in the last 6 years, and perhaps that trend will continue. And Florida State hopes it changes. They'd like to win another one.
Yeah. What I remember most distinctly about Michael Snare as a college basketball player was his big shots. I mean, that guy hit a number of game winners. It might have been 6 over the course of his career. I had a couple of them. It was an awful lot of fun watching him.
Boy, Ty Outlaw, the hottest three-point shooter in the country right now. It's 10-4 for the Hokies. Florida State beat them 93-78 in the only regular season meeting in Tallahassee, but the Florida State coaches said they really throw that out. Seth Allen did not play in that game. He had a concussion and missed one game. It was the game in Tallahassee. He didn't even travel. And Ojo scores inside against that smaller Hokie defense.
Well, good patience on that possession right there by Florida State. You just got to change sides of the floor with the basketball when you see a zone. They had, prior to that possession, and still actually, one more turnover than they do made field goals, Florida State. Not a great start on the offensive end.
Ojo saying to Coach Hamilton, I'm athletic enough to guard Zach Leday, as he swatted that one out of bounds.
Not athletic enough to keep him on the floor, however, as Ojo goes off. Koper's in, as is Jarquez Smith, so they get a little more athletic. They downsize a little bit, but it's hard not to downsize when you take 7-1 out of the game.
Smith very athletic, number 23, 6'9", 236 pounds, senior, good shot blocker. He's had some good games against Virginia Tech in the past. 3 out of the corner with the shot clock running out. Wouldn't go for Ahmed Hill. Phil Kofer for Rattan Mays. Man guarded tightly by Seth Allen. They'd like to guard tightly, of course, but they can't foul as a 7-man squad. Rattan Mays the miss, kept alive for the moment by Jarquez Smith. They really do, Doris, do a nice job. Boy, that looked like a travel. Leday back down. The Hokies defend well without fouling.
They do an exceptional job, and have to, obviously, because of the lack of depth you've noted. It's a big deal to guard as hard as they do, Sean. Stay in front with their feet, challenge with their hands without fouling. 3 ticks. Can Outlaw get another 3? No.
Outlaw missed his first 3 threes last night, then made 4 in a row. He's made 27 out of 39 in the last 6 games entering tonight. 27 out of 39 from beyond the 3-point line for Ty Outlaw, who's been playing a lot more lately because they're without Chris Clark, their leading rebounder, who ripped up his knee about a month ago. And Outlaw has benefited from the playing time. You see the numbers. 4 points per game in the first 25, much better since. And there's Chris Clark, who had 22 points in the loss at Florida State.
It's a big miss for them. That's an offensive foul.
No doubt. Rattan Mays extending the free arm.
Chris Clark is a guy who could help them tonight. Let's take a look at this push. Xavier Rattan Mays, remember, this is a guy who started as a 2-guard. His instincts naturally as a scorer, but clearly pushes off with that right hand. But Chris Clark, to me, 3.3 assists, so another playmaker. Talked about his rebounding. And against a Florida State team with such depth, I think his energy and the presence he provided will be missed.
First foul on Rattan Mays, but he went to the bench. Leday lobbed it toward the rim. Here comes Florida State, averaging 83 points per game. Only North Carolina better in scoring offense in the league, but they're off to a slow start tonight, are the Seminoles. Phil Kofer, his first bucket. And all of the headliners on that bench right now for Florida State. Isaac Bacon, Rattan Mays. Ahmed Hill turned the corner for a wide open 16-footer, and the long rebound down to Terrence Mann.
Well, he had a mismatch. I don't know why Mann didn't look inside.
Mann, the runner, off the mark, foul on the rebounding action. And it's going against the Seminoles on Jarquez Smith, his first.
It's not unusual for Leonard Hamilton to put Bacon and Isaac on the bench. I mean, he believes in the depth he has.
And he says that's really a key to their entire season, the great chemistry. It's hard in this day and age to play 12 or 13 players and have everybody deal with it, but they do. Corner 3 for Seth Allen. Looked like he had a little woofing either with Kofor or with the Seminoles bench. And another foul on the Seminoles.
That's on Jarquez Smith, I think, away from the play, trying to battle for inside position. But what was Jay Will talking about? You don't typically see a Florida State team get beat off the bounce that easily. And this was a major concern. You get that initial guard with his shoulders by and a pitch to the corner on the baseline drift. We have come to identify Leonard Hamilton's best teams with being amongst the most stingy on the defensive end. This team wins far more with their offense than any team in his history.
Seth Allen, he's feeling it early, and I don't know what he has going on with that Florida State bench. They wouldn't have any history from the first game because he didn't make the trip to Tallahassee back in early January, but he's fully engaged, both from a basketball and a verbal standpoint. 4 out of 7 from beyond the arc. Virginia Tech. Ojo for 2.
There's not a good matchup for him on the inside. Now, I know his hands aren't necessarily great, but to me, just try to put it into his chest, put it into his number so he's almost got to catch it. But if he gets that kind of post position, you could turn the lights out, and there's just not a good matchup for him.
Robinson played 36 minutes last night despite the ankle injury. Bibbs short with a 3. C.J. Walker, the guard, into the game, had the rebound, then had it knocked away. And there's a Seminole foul as Zach Leday went to the bucket. He got hit by C.J. Walker, first on the freshman from Indianapolis.
At the top of the scouting report for Florida State was Seth Allen. They were concerned about the threes they would give up, and it was on Robinson or his penetration. Well, Robinson to his counterpart, Seth Allen. Then at the top of the key, yeah, I can shoot it as well as I can talk trash. Virginia Tech with the 3 ball, and we associate right now Florida State. Look at the signal. Throw it up there to me. XRM, I promise you, at that easy opportunity, I'm going to make it. And then watch when the ball gets reversed. The kind of space Michael Ojo at 7'1" carves out. There's nothing you can do. Enter the ball. It's a mismatch regardless of who's checking him. How about that delivery? Boy, I tell you, the growth of Michael Ojo over his career has been truly something to watch. We give credit to Leonard Hamilton, Stan Jones, and his entire staff for this guy's development.
And among the tallest starting lineups in the country, but I think when you add their bench players in, particularly the 7'4" Kumaji, they probably have the tallest team in the country from the entire roster. Wow, they thought there was a foul in the corner as Bibbs went to shoot it, but no whistle there. And then a turnover as Walker passed it to the baseline, but it did not connect. Buzz Williams now 22-9. They were 10-8 in the ACC in the regular season. Tied with Miami and Syracuse for 7th, but they won the tiebreakers to get the 7th seed. Well, they're 1 for 2 on throwing it up there now for Ojo. Good pass by Trent Forrest, the freshman guard.
Both teams really loose with the basketball. 4 and 5 turnovers respectively. Leonard Hamilton saying it's a dead ball. Let's get up and pressure.
Leonard Hamilton is the all-time winningest coach at 2 ACC schools, Florida State and Miami. He will be passed probably early next season by Jim Larinaga for most wins at the University of Miami. But Leonard spent 10 seasons with the Hurricanes and now in his 15th year in Tallahassee. Shot clock at 4. Seth Allen off to Zach Leday, whose shot puts it home. Terrence Mann off to C.J. Walker, way off the mark from 3-point range. He's now 1 for his last 9 from 3-point land and just 31% for the year. This man cannot be left alone, except that time perhaps.
I don't know why you'd walk away from him though.
Walker can't hit from 3, so he goes aggressively to the bucket. And the freshman will shoot 2. It's the New York Life ACC tournament. All this week on the ESPN networks. This is quarterfinal round action earlier today. North Carolina and Duke, the winners, to set up the greatest rivalry in college basketball, being renewed in the ACC semifinals tomorrow. Foul on Outlaw, his first, and some scouting being done. There's Jason Williford on the left. Orlando Vandross, Virginia coaches.
Talk about a contrast of styles in the next game. Mike Bray, traditionally one of the best offensive teams in the country. He's got 4 dynamic scorers. They can space the floor. But Virginia has been a really tough matchup for them.
They've won 10 in a row head-to-head against Notre Dame. Under Mike Bray, the Irish are 0-5 against Virginia. I talked to Coach Bray earlier today. He said, we've figured out a lot of things while we've been in the ACC for 4 years, but we haven't figured out Virginia yet. They'll have another chance tonight.
It requires patience from all involved, Virginia, right? They're going to guard the full 30. They're going to be physical with you. They're going to shrink the floor. They're going to make you work for everything you get on the offensive end, and then you've got to guard their circle motion, which is not easy. It's a lot of movement, a lot of cutting. It's a real rhythm-based offense. I'm intrigued by that next matchup.
Notre Dame and Virginia, the on-deck circle. 9.5 minutes to go in this one. Virginia Tech leading Florida State by a touchdown. Nice setup by Allen to Leday. And he'll go back to the free throw line. His footprints are probably still on that free throw line after he shot 18 of them last night. Second foul now on the big man Ojo.
Well, you can see why Seth Allen was the top of the scouting report. They're just sending him off ball screens at the top. He's getting enough separation that he creates passing windows for himself. He's just dominating this team right now. I would agree with Jay Will. It's an interesting thing and has been over the last couple years for me to watch Leonard's team, because I just look back to his best defensive teams where you couldn't get by them on a dribble drive. Every switch was correct. Pick and rolls were blown up with traps if he wanted to. Listen, he's adjusted as a coach because he's got tremendous offensive talent as Ojo goes out with 2, but you gotta be able to guard Sean.
Ojo on the bench, so they put a 7'1" player on the bench, and they bring in the tallest player in the history of the program, Chris Kumaji, 7'4" out of Chad. Bacon, air ball. Well, the headliners are Bacon, Isaac, and Rattan Mays, and they've combined for 2 points more than midway through this first half. Bacon has the only bucket.
That's his sweet spot. That's the shot he loves to create. That pull-up right at the free throw line. I can't believe he missed it that badly.
Right now, Leonard Hamilton is asking his team to get out a little bit faster in transition. He's saying they're allowing Virginia Tech to set up their defense. That's why they're not getting easy buckets. They're not being able to see the ball go through the basket and maybe build some confidence here on the offensive end.
Good steal by Bacon. Rattan Mays lobs it up for a dunk try by Kumaji, and he was fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line. At his size, it looks like he could almost reach out and drop it through the net, but he struggles from the free throw line, as you might expect at his size. 7 for 17 for the year, 41%. The foul on Seth Allen, his first. He's from Chad. That one looked nice. But he came over to this country to go to high school at Montfort Academy in Florida, which had some terrific teams and great players. As a matter of fact, he was on the national championship team. They played the title game in 2015 over across the river at Madison Square Garden. He beat Dwayne Bacon's Oak Hill Academy team out of Virginia.
In those 2 free throws, Sean, just what you said on the first one, the form looked terrific. He looked very comfortable. And Florida State drops into a little zone.
Robinson had 7 assists last night on the bad ankle. Shot clock is at 3. Allen, wow, bailed out with 1 second to go. Drew the foul. They had a double team there. Looked like they had no chance, and Allen instead is going to wind up with 3 free throws on the first foul of the night by Dwayne Bacon.
How about the up fake to sell it and then just a little bit of a lean in? Really smart play, but it looks like Seth Allen's left knee took a little shot. I don't know if it'll show it on this particular look, but he is kind of rubbing that left leg out and grimacing walking around here.
They went to the monitor to make sure it was a 3-point attempt. What's interesting, we talk about chemistry, and when you talk to people around the Seminoles program last year, it was pretty clear Xavier Rattan-Mays and Dwayne Bacon, both stars, really didn't get along. And in the offseason, the coaches sat them down and got everybody on the same page. And that camaraderie has been the key. Best regular season in school history in terms of wins, the quality of the wins, their position in the ACC standings.
They also made those two guys workout partners in the summer and basically forced the chemistry you're looking for. Now, one thing that'll help that chemistry is Xavier Rattan-Mays has 87 assists and 26 turnovers. So his assist to turnover ratio, his willingness to become more of a point guard in conference games, obviously. His willingness to become more of a point guard, I think, obviously helps with that. A nice delivery right there. Again, and behind the defense is Kumaji.
Rattan-Mays, great assist to turnover ratio in all games, 149 and 54 turnovers. And that's why they comfortably as a team have a very positive assist to turnover ratio. Deep in the clock again go the Hokies. With 5, it's Robinson, one of his few shots of these two nights. And the rebound controlled by Jonathan Isaac, the talented freshman out of Naples, Florida. Kumaji, the big man, went down in the lane. He looks to be okay as he said to the other end of the floor with the rest of his teammates. They're right up on Bibbs. He's over 43% for his career from 3. Allen the floater over Isaac that popped out, and then Zach Leday called for a foul. His first. And the 4th on the Hokies. It'll get us to immediate timeout.
Virginia Tech in control with 6, but the high-low, the lob pass from XRM, whether it's Ojo or Christ doing work. Nice when you're 7'1" or 7'4".
The markets can be very unpredictable. New York Life, on the other hand, is as consistent as my free throw shooting. They've paid a dividend to participating policy owners every year since 1854. It may not be sexy, but it works. Be good at life. New York Life.
Semtech Steel has frozen all pension payments.
40 years I worked for that company, and now they're stealing a pension.
Let's rob a bank.
You're talking about us?
These banks destroyed this country, and nothing ever happened to them.
I'm in.
We're gonna need a practice run.
You guys are old. What would your mama say? Go big or go home. Had to be the brother.
Going in Style. Rated PG-13.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised, on the playground was where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and shooting some b-ball outside. Arby's, we have the meat.
Through this guitar, I discovered oneness with music. You should feel the same when you drive. So everything I do is for our drivers to feel that oneness with their car, the wind, and the sky.
But I can't.
The first ever Mazda MX-5 RF.
Chris Cotter back in Bristol. Update on the game we've got over on ESPN2. It's Indiana and Iowa, a couple bubble teams right here. James Blackman Jr. with a bucket and a flex. 4-point lead for the Hoosiers right now. Loser of that game is most likely on the outside looking in. Xavier's on the bubble, 2-point lead over Butler right now. West Virginia, Texas tied. Cal, among the next 4 out, getting a huge win against Utah. Sean?
All right, Chris, thank you. Big Ten tournament going on in Washington, D.C. And congratulations to Michigan. After the tremendous scare yesterday, their plane sliding off the runway as it tried to take off from the airport near their campus. They wound up going there this morning. Their uniforms didn't even make it. And the best news of all, everybody was okay. But boy, is that scary.
Those people who fly a lot, you know, we've all had those moments where we've been terrified, especially with wind. And I remember watching John Beilein get interviewed and just thinking, my God, he still looks shaken, Sean.
I read a couple of accounts of it that apparently he was tremendous, John Beilein, as the team was getting off the plane. Of course, you want to get away from the plane as fast as you can. Jonathan Isaac doing good work inside, and Florida State is within 4 as we come down to 6:23 to go in the first half. And you'd concur with what Chris said, wouldn't you? I mean, if Indiana, Iowa, whichever team loses, hard to imagine that team getting into the NCAA field.
Well, we saw a couple of bubbles burst here, right? Georgia Tech goes down, they're out. Clemson as well. Same thing with either one of those two teams. That's an elimination game, no question about it. And even whoever wins, you might have to win another.
Would have been a shot clock violation. Now they say that it is. And Buzz Williams, I don't know if they're intentionally going deep into the clock on a lot of these offensive possessions, or it's just the good defense by Florida State. But they are running the clock way down time and time again. Fighting Irish arriving here in Brooklyn.
The rock steady Steve Vistoria. What a career. He's been so solid. Been a security blanket for Mike Bray since the first time he stepped in.
Isaac's three wouldn't go. They continue to do good work inside with those big bodies. Hadim C called for the foul. His first. He was hobbled in the regular season meeting. The loss in Tallahassee with an ankle injury. Brian Angola Rodas Jr. from Columbia in his first year at Florida State. Played junior college ball at North Idaho, where he was a first-team JC All-American, averaged more than 21 points per game.
The bodies just keep coming, and as does the pressure. And again, they hope that this takes its cumulative toll. And Florida State really likes the zone, Sean. Once they made the switch, last 4 or 5 minutes, it's been straight zone that Virginia Tech has been looking at.
Robinson for 3. Able to elevate off the bad ankle. That's his first field goal of the night. They've already made 5 threes.
Yeah, we talked about the zone that Florida State has been in. So you get the ball to the middle and then you space out. And I don't think Bacon makes a great effort. I mean, you can't half-heartedly step over there on the defensive end. Really disappointed, and as is his coach, because he's going out to the sideline. This one piece of criticism I would have for Dwayne Bacon. There are times on the offensive end, if he gets looked off, you can see he gets frustrated and his body language reads it. Nice drive by Angola Rojas. But you're an NBA-level talent. I want better from you. I don't want to see that. If you get looked off just because your teammate goes in another direction, and certainly your best player better be guarding better than he just showed you.
Bacon was second-team all-conference, and he was the leading vote getter. So he was essentially one player off the first team. He was the 6th player in vote totals received. Boy, Kumaji's been a big presence, literally and figuratively, since coming into the game. And there's Rattan Mays at the other end to get the Noles within 1.
You love it. You're playing now off your defense. And see, to me, that's a powerful message from Leonard Hamilton. Bacon, you don't want to close on a shooter. I'm going to get somebody in the game who wants to guard. And all of a sudden, the energy changing for this team.
Bibbs had his back to the basket. When he turned around, he realized he was a lot alone at the free throw line. So he connects, and the lead is 3. The largest advantage for Virginia Tech was 8. And Ted Valentine has a call away from the ball. Justin Bibbs called for the foul, his second. Well, they call it tightly. That's a big advantage for Florida State, as Leonard Hamilton has many more available bodies than does Buzz Williams.
Just happy to see that Buzz is not bleeding from the left shoulder.
Yes, we still were not able to ascertain what was going on last night when he had a pretty obvious stain that looked like blood on his left shoulder. How about 7 for 17 for the year? And 3 for 3 from the line tonight for Chris.
They talk about all kinds of theories why it's hard for a big man to shoot the basketball. Sometimes hand size relative to the ball. I think a lot of it is mental. You see some bigs who are tremendous free throw shooters, but I look at this form. This is not bad, right? I mean, the guide hand is a little long and there's that funky, but the follow through is not bad. And the most important thing to me, he looks pretty comfortable.
Which is a little surprising given the track record entering tonight. But good for him. He's clearly worked hard at it. Leday looked toward the bucket and saw the 7-4 presence, so found Robinson for 3. And Leonard Hamilton talked about it. That's what makes Virginia Tech so hard to guard. You have to stop penetration, and sometimes when you do, you leave those shooters open. Rattan Mays with the answer for 3. First 3-ball of the game for Florida State. 1 for 7 collectively. And a foul as Leday went to the bucket. Gumaji hit him. Timeout.
In my experience, there are only 2 things guaranteed to grow. The cash value of your New York Life policy, a policy that keeps your family protected, and my famous Crane souffle, which literally never stops growing. Be good at life. New York Life.
So how old do you want to be when you retire?
I was thinking around 70.
All right. And before that?
You mean after that?
No, I'm talking before that. Do you have things you want to do before you retire?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, like what?
But I thought we were supposed to be talking about investing for retirement.
We're absolutely doing that. There's no law that says you can't make the most of today. What do you want to do?
I'd really like to run with the Bulls.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hope you're fast.
I am.
Get a portfolio that works for you now and as your needs change. Investment management services from TD Ameritrade.
Announcement. The moment you discover Shamrock Shake just got chocolatey. Enjoyment. When that first sip of chocolatey mint deliciousness is too good to share. Astonishment. The uncontrollable reaction one has to chocolatey mint awesomeness. It's chocolatey. It's minty. It's Shamrock Chocolate Madness. Only at participating McDonald's. Worriment. The moment you realize you have a limited time to try them all.
Come on.
Now, Disney's Moana will have you screaming for more.
That's a chicken.
And when you bring it home, you get the all-new Maui mini-movie. Get Disney's Moana on Blu-ray and digital today.
The Lexus Command Performance Sales Event is here, where the thrill, power, and precision will last. But the offers will not. Experience the exhilaration of our most track-tuned vehicles ever, including the IS, GS, and RC Coupe during the Lexus Command Performance Sales Event. But be fast, this event ends March 31st. Experience amazing.
It's not who you pick, it's where you pick. And this top seed is a lock. The #1 bracket game in the land. ESPN Tournament Challenge. Follow your bracket and get the latest tournament news from anywhere. Sign up at ESPN.com/bracket or download the app today.
I'm a Tar Heel, yeah? Or I'm a Blue Devil. 18 ACC championships, 19 ACC championships. I'm a Hall of Famer, big deal, so am I. I beat you at home this year, so did I. UNC Duke, tomorrow, go.
Well, if you can find a better conference tournament semifinal than that one, good luck to you. North Carolina and Duke. We're moments away from the halftime report, the Audi halftime report with Reese, Seth, and Jay. And there they are. And gentlemen, I have a question. Why are you standing? I noticed that this afternoon. It was kind of bugging me. You have the nice comfy set, nice chairs, and you're standing.
It's really easy, Sean. You know how producer and suit types are. They say, why don't you guys stand up? It'll seem more casual and comfortable.
Yeah, it seems like a gimmick to me.
Howdy Halftime Report will show you what happened to Kansas. What about what's going on in this game right now? Look at Seth. He's spread out.
I like Florida State going to that matchup zone. It's taken Virginia Tech added dribble drive penetration and kickouts, but they've got to stay matched up.
And then for Virginia Tech, just because they go to the zone doesn't mean you have to settle and be content for threes. Screen the zone, find a way to get the ball in the middle of the zone, turn face, make a play at the rim.
Coach, they're going to shoot three-point shots. That's who they are.
Hey, you know what? I like when you call me coach. Keep doing that.
I like that.
All right, Sean, save me.
All right, you may now be seated, gentlemen.
Hey, congratulations to Jay Will, the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame. That was a spectacular honor. He could play now. Two-time National Player of the Year.
Isaac the dunk. And Florida State back within a point. 4 points for Jonathan Isaac. Some think he's going to be a one-and-done player and perhaps a lottery pick.
I love that kid. The game comes easy. I wish he were a little bit more assertive on the offensive end, but that's 16-2 advantage points in the paint for Florida State right now.
Not a big surprise given how small Virginia Tech is and how big Florida State is, but they'll match threes to the Florida State twos all night long if they can. Another three for Seth Allen. They've made 7 threes already, 7 out of 14.
It's pretty simple, right? You pinch down with a little dribble action and you pitch to a shooter. It's really simple.
Brian Angola Rodas off a miss by P.J. Savoy, who's in the game, the sophomore from Las Vegas. Where's number 5? Robinson, the floater, and Isaac went up, got tangled up with Robinson, and Jonathan Isaac's going to go the other end as they're over the limit. Second foul now on Robinson. He has 2. Bibbs has 2. Isaac 80.6% from the line, one of his many talents. Top freshman rebounder in the ACC at 7.2 per game. That was 12th in the conference overall.
He takes under 8 shots a game to get those points. This is what I'm talking about. This guy's 6'10". He's fluid. He can score at all 3 levels. I want him to be more assertive and demand the basketball. I don't think it's in his nature. You know, that they had a couple of huge wins where he doesn't score. You watch his reaction, Sean, when his teammates make a play. Here's how you know a great teammate. This is something Isaac does, and I love it. If somebody gets a dunk, this kid gets a big smile on his face. He's as pumped for the guy who scores it.
Leday looked like he tried to shoot a set shot from the arc, and the 7'4" Kumaji was all the way out there at the arc to defend. Now Isaac tips in the miss, but it's offensive basket interference.
That's what I'm talking about right there, though. That aggressive player. You kidding me? Yeah, he gets called for it, but I want him doing this. That's 6'10" with that kind of speed and dribble drive ability. Yes, it's in the cylinder, but if I'm Leonard Hamilton, I'm saying, keep working, son. That's pretty.
And you wonder if he's still growing. As a sophomore in high school, Isaac was 6'3", really not all that much into basketball, and now at the top of the arc, Outlaw swung his arm around and struck the Florida State defender for his second foul. Isaac, number 5 on Chad Ford's big board of ACC players in the top 20, and there are 5 of those.
Come on, that frame is going to fill out. He's already got scoring ability. He is easy to play with. He doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
Well, I know it's just a brief sample what happened here the other day with NC State, but Dennis Smith, if he's still number 4 after that performance, I'd be very surprised. And there were too many times this year, talking to a couple of the coaches here, college coaches and NBA people, too many times where it looked like Dennis Smith wasn't engaged. The effort was up and down. there are a lot of people who weren't that impressed.
I couldn't agree more. I had him on consecutive Saturdays, and he did not play well in either. It seemed to not be engaged at all, certainly no intensity. And I understand the situation was funky. That doesn't have any impact on your ability to play hard and make good use of your talent, which I didn't see consistently.
I think the situation was funky in part because he contributed to making it funky. Zach Leday, the bucket inside. Florida State still has not led in the game, and Leonard Hamilton calls a timeout with 35.2 to go. 30-second break, and back in just a second.
I never stop, no, I don't quit. And when I swing, I don't miss. You ain't never seen nothing like this, yeah. You ain't seen nothing like this. You ain't seen nothing like this. Come on and give me some more. We're gonna shake the floor. Bust down the door. You ain't seen nothing like this.
Coming up on Selection Sunday, it's almost here. Sunday at 7 p.m. Bracketology presented by Allstate. Reese J, Seth, Dickie V, a host of college hoops experts, complete breakdowns of each region. Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt starts us off at 5:15 on ESPN with the reveal of the men's field of 68. Teams are announced. Both are streaming live on ESPN app and Watch ESPN. And as always, there'll be a lot of nervous players and coaches and fans around the country with their teams on the bubble.
Returning for the Hokies, number 2, ACC.
You feel good about your Syracuse Orange. I do as well.
I think they might have to start in Dayton, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what Lenardi has them doing.
Shot clock at 7. Xavier Rattan-Mays short with the 3. Almost gave them their first lead. Plenty of time for the Hokies, but Robinson in a big hurry. A held ball. Virginia Tech will get it with 5.4, and Buzz Williams will use a timeout.
Alternating possession on the timeout will go to the Hokies. Timeout on the floor.
We'll be back in 30 seconds.
30-second timeout. Hokies 30.
Nine out of 10 of our drivers recommend their cars. Now their words are part of our very fabric. The 2017 Mitsubishi Outlander and Outlander Sport. Come in now and get $3,000 cash back or 0% APR plus $500 cash back.
Buzz Williams trying to take advantage of this 5.4 seconds. We look at the game summary. How about that number? They've had an assist on all of their made field goals, and meanwhile very little from two of the stars for Florida State, Bacon and Isaac, who combined for 29 points per game, have combined for just 8.
And once he pulled Bacon for that defensive mistake, he didn't put him back in the rest of the half.
He's holding the Bacon. 11 minutes played by Dwayne Bacon here in the first half. Trouble on the inbound, and they get the 5-second count.
And Buzz will put an extra defender on the floor here. Outlaw comes out.
And Hadim C is in, freshman from Senegal. Another player who went to Oak Hill Academy in Virginia. PJ Savoy comes in. He's a three-point shooting specialist.
Plenty of time here. He could take 3-4 dribbles if necessary.
Boy, they inbounded very deep in the backcourt. Good pressure by Virginia Tech, forcing the half-court heave that does not go. So the Hokies led throughout, never trailed in the half, up by as much as 8 on the strength of terrific three-point shooting. 7 for 15, while Florida State's made just 1 three-point field goal. Their edge decidedly in the paint. Here's Maria Taylor with Buzz Williams.
Coach, you led this by as many as 8, and there was a 10-3 run from Florida State. What was the difference down the stretch for you guys?
We got to keep it out of the paint, whether that's off the bounce or the pass. Too often we let them throw it inside. That's when they made their run. We took some ill-advised shots. We got to the bonus. They went zone. We didn't have enough poise against their zone.
But you had 11 assists on 11 made field goals. What did you like about your offense in the first?
When we're us, we're pretty good. When we're not us, we're not very good. And so whether it's zone or man, we have to stay within the realm of what we are.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Well, you can hear it in his voice. It is tournament time here at the end of the season. 2-point lead for the Hokies. Now the halftime report. Reese Davis, Seth Greenberg, and Jay Williams.
Played with fire so many times this year. Got him today. Any long-term big picture concerns because of that?
This also is a game without a top 5 draft pick, Josh Jackson, who was suspended for this game. I don't worry about Kansas as much. I like the fact they understand how to win those very close, tight games. They're a team that feels comfortable in uncomfortable positions.
Exposed an Achilles heel. Josh Jackson and Landon Lucas get in foul trouble. They have no front court depth. They have no rim protection. So, yeah, they've won a lot of close games. Frank Mason is great. But if one of those front court guys get in foul trouble and can't play, they're in trouble.
Every team has a chance to be in trouble, though. That's the beautiful thing about
No, not every team, because not every team has the limited depth they have up front.
Josh Jackson was dealing with a citation. He didn't tell Bill Self about it. He was suspended for that. He'll be good to go once the NCAA tournament comes, as far as we know. All right, earlier today in the ACC quarterfinals, terrific game between Duke and Louisville. Luke Kennard really stepped up his game late in the second half when Duke needed it most. They trailed by 12 with about 13 minutes to go. Kennard knocking it down, Duke up by 3. And what about Jason Tatum?
Jason Tatum was spectacular. He single-handedly kept Duke in the game in the first half. Him and Kennard combined for 49 points.
Quinn Snyder, they got a timeout here. Louisville's in all kinds of trouble. Instead, he tried to draw the foul on the three-point attempt. Didn't get it. Louisville was 4 of 21 from 3, and Duke beats the Cards 81-77 to advance to the semifinals against an old friend and nemesis, North Carolina, because North Carolina jumped on Miami, a little sloppy into the first half, and I mean Isaiah Hicks meant business with 19-6.
Isaiah Hicks, to me, was the difference in this game, but defense was the difference. To me, the way North Carolina defended today, how alert they were, they are a Final Four ready.
Hey, when you start mentioning North Carolina and defense in the same sentence, that's scary.
That means it's tournament
time. That's
scary. You know, we've talked about it. I believe when Carolina plays at its best, the best team in the country win the national championship. Winning the ACC championship, they'll have to go through Duke again. What's the biggest key in the semifinal Friday night?
It's going to be how North Carolina decides to guard Jason Tatum. He's a matchup nightmare. In the first couple of matchups, they had to put Isaiah Hicks on him. I actually think Luke May is maybe a better matchup for Jason Tatum, but you have to limit his touches and you have to run Duke off the three-point line. 2
players to watch for Duke, Grayson Allen. When he plays well, they play well. They beat North Carolina when he played well. And for North Carolina, Joel Berry, he was awful in that first game, terrific in the second game.
And it's the third game now for the Blue Devils. Duke will be playing for the 3rd consecutive day after having to play on the opening day against Clemson. Now the halftime report will continue. We'll talk about teams sitting on the bubble and who was able to help themselves and who didn't.
This halftime report is presented by Audi.
With the Travelocity Customer First Guarantee, your only worry will be how to drink this monstrosity.
Get help with hotels, free 24-hour flight changes, and our price match guarantee.
Travelocity. Wander wisely.
What's more irresistible than getting a large mouth-watering Pizza Hut pizza with 2 of your favorite toppings for just $7.99? Having it delivered right to your door. Enjoy the best $7.99 large pizza delivery deal when you order online, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
You gotta be ready.
I mean, really ready.
Are you ready to open?
Ready to compete?
Ready to welcome?
The floors, mats, spotless. The uniforms, clean and crisp.
Do your people have the right safety gear? Are they protected?
I'm ready! You think your customers can't tell the difference between who's ready and who's not?
Of course they do.
I'm ready for you. Everybody wants a piece of ready.
Cintas, ready for the workday.
potential Western Conference Finals preview. Time down for the two best teams in the league. Seriously, look at the standings.
Warriors, Spurs, Saturday on ABC.
Welcome back to the Audi Halftime Report.
As you probably know, as Michigan was trying to make its way to Washington, D.C. for the Big Ten tournament yesterday, their plane aborted the takeoff, slid off, and no one was hurt, but plane was severely damaged. Michigan shaken up emotionally for sure, and their uniforms in the luggage, and now part of the investigation of what happened with the airplane, so they don't have them for the game, and not sure when or if they'll get them, but it didn't matter what they were wearing. They were dressed for success against Illinois. Derek Walton Jr. found Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, and then Abdur-Rahman goes and does it again.
Michigan's going to be a hard-out NCAA tournament. If I'm an ex-athlete superstition, I'm definitely wearing those jerseys all the time now.
20-point win for Michigan. Here's Beeline talking about what his team's been through.
You know, you could see as we went through all this the last 24 hours, you know, our kids, as the time went on, I could see their appreciation for what they just went through and how blessed they were to play today. So I think we're playing right now like we're just blessed. I mean, they're playing like they're not caring about anything else than just playing a game that they love to forget about what happened.
Man, so thankful that no one was hurt there. Michigan goes on to play Purdue. A couple of the players saying even if they were to get their luggage back from the investigation, they should continue to wear the practice unis to show what they've been through. This is what the Big Ten bracket looks right now. Indiana is putting it on Iowa. Hoosiers could be setting themselves up to try to make a run because Wisconsin has been scuffling. Indiana probably going to knock Iowa out of there. Xavier is trailing Butler. Xavier hasn't beaten anybody but DePaul in over a month. They've got to win this game, in my judgment.
It's lunchtime. Stop what you're doing and head to Subway. Because right now, you can get the Subway Footlong Sub of the Day for just $6. It's the $6 Footlong Sub of the Day. A great value from a better Subway.
If you battle chronic back pain or joint pain, turn it off with Icy Hot Smart Relief. Among leading brands, only Smart Relief is indicated to relieve chronic pain. Imagine the difference it'll make in your life. Turn off chronic pain with Icy Hot Smart Relief.
The moment you realize, how could there possibly be this many blues?
Don't worry. At Lowe's, we guarantee you'll always love your paint, or we'll replace it.
Hurry into Lowe's where you'll find new lower prices, like paint and primer starting at only $17.98.
Just how far does WeatherTech go to protect your vehicle?
I'm on it.
WeatherTech, made right in America.
Hey man, you do realize that the odds of picking a perfect bracket are 1 in 2.4 trillion?
I know. More likely to get hit by space debris.
Improve your odds. With 6 grams of protein, California almonds are the perfect pick.
Hey, how's it going?
Who are you?
I'm Val, the Orange Money Retirement Squirrel from Voya. I represent the money you save for the future. See? We're putting away acorns to show the importance of being organized.
That's smart. Who's he?
He's the green money you can spend now. What's up?
Oh, you know, gonna pay some bills, maybe buy a new tennis racket.
Tennis racket for a squirrel.
He's got a killer backhand.
When it's time to get organized for retirement, it's time to get Voya.
This halftime report is presented by Audi.
Almost time to play the tournament challenge. ESPN.com/bracket, ESPN.com/bracket. That's what you need to know, or just download the app. Brackets open on Sunday. Tournament challenge marathon will help you fill all of that out. Make sure that you win your group, which is only for entertainment purposes and no other purposes. Here come the Hokies. Hokie, I, Tech, VPI, Solar Ride, Tech, Virginia, I. Equal time. Howdy, halftime report. Second half coming.
Any guy can wear a hat, but only you can turn heads in one. You got something. Own it and smell great with new Axe U, a unique masculine fragrance.
Sparkling ice isn't bland, so this commercial can't be either.
So how was work today? Mike still giving you the business?
You know, he's all right. Hey, no texting at the dinner table.
Whatever.
Can I go to my room?
Finish your meatloaf first.
Hey, I would eat that.
Your veggies, too.
Do I have to?
Where's Kitty?
Drink not bland, be not bland. Sparkling ice.
Hand-cut tomatoes, fresh original dough. You'd expect those from a pizza family. But here's something you didn't see coming. Get a 2-topping pan or large pizza from Papa John's, just $9.99. That's right, only $9.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I like slam dunks and taking it to the
Welcome back to ESPN's Champ Week, the 2017 New York Life ACC Tournament. From the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the number 7 seed Virginia Tech leading the number 2 seed Florida State by 2 at the half. The Hokies never trailed in the first half. Sean McDonough, Doris Burke, what stood out to you in that first half?
Felt like each team took turns getting to their game. Plus 18 for Virginia Tech from 3, plus 16 from Florida State on the interior. So who gets to their game more here in the second half?
Time for our move of the game, brought to you by Degree Deodorant.
You came in on this telecast, Sean, talking about Justin Robinson and was he healthy? Well, he was crucial. He rejects the screen. Look at how many defenders he draws. Collapses all 5 of the Florida State defense. Makes that 3 for Seth Allen, of which they hit 7, look very easy. This time he accepts the screen. And because Ojo's playing pick and roll, you got 3 defenders around you. Somebody relocates it to shooting, and that's another 3 from Seth Allen. This guy can create shots for others. He can make shots by himself. Boy, that ankle feels pretty good when you go for 13 assists in the ACC tournament. Maria Taylor.
Well, you know, Doris, right now Coach Hamilton is concerned with exactly what you just talked about. It is ball screen defense. Precisely his help defense, though. They're not rotating very well. He said they're giving up too many easy shots with that one extra pass. And we also talked about Dwayne Bacon being 0 for 5, only playing for 11 minutes. He said he hit his hand. It swelled up a little bit. And so he's waiting for him to get a little bit better. He is good to go, but not feeling 100% right now, guys.
Bacon did not play the final 5 minutes, 12 seconds of the half. While he was out, Florida State actually outscored Virginia Tech by 3 points, 14-11. Seminoles ball to begin the second half. Xavier Rattan-Mays. Now Terrence Mann. Michael Ojo back in. He accumulated 2 fouls in the first half. Went right to work on Ty Outlaw. Could not finish. And the battle for the ball won by Hadim C. of Virginia Tech. This is Justin Robinson. Justin Bibbs. Ahmed Hill. Got a quiet half, but count that one. And a chance for a 3-point play. First points of the night Brahmed Hill for Virginia Tech. He's their third leading scorer, 12 points per game.
Oh, you love the aggression right out of the gates. He sprints to the deep corner. Isaac closes out. He's not under control when he does it, and he goes right into the chest of Michael Ojo. Look at him take on that 7'1", 300-pound guy. Are you kidding me? That's beautiful.
And it's the third foul on Ojo. As we saw in the first half, they have a variety of options. They replaced somebody who's 304 pounds and 7'1" with somebody who's 7'4" tall, Chris Kumaji.
A little bit leaner.
Yes, significantly leaner. They list him at 233 pounds and 7'4". Oh, Michael Ojo came to this country from Nigeria. He's already graduated from Florida State. He's in a grad year now, and he's going to leave there with a master's in international affairs.
His teammates used to make fun of him, Sean, because when he first arrived, he would wear his game shoes out around campus as Bacon another miss, so he's 0 for 6.
Rattan Mays finger roll lay-in to get them back within 3.
So he'd wear his game shoes, and when his teammates got on him, he said, I don't have anything else. This is what I have to wear. And there was a point at which Nike had to actually custom make shoes to get them wide enough to fit his foot.
Hadim C. He came over from Senegal. Freshman year at Virginia Tech. Bacon took a bump. He'll go to the free throw line.
Virginia Tech foul, charge number 2.
Hadim C's second foul.
The team's first of the second half.
So now Bacon. He had 17 points against the Hokies. Much better night in their regular season win that he's had so far tonight. 2 points both from the line. As Doris mentioned, he's 0 for 6 from the field.
This can sometimes get you started. You just see the ball go through the net. You get an easy opportunity at the free throw line. Let's see if it triggers anything with Bacon.
Sophomore from Lakeland, Florida. A lot of speculation last year if he'd be one and done, but he came back and he's helped himself by doing so, in the opinion of most. The scrum. Officials let him go for a long time. Outlaw had it, then Bacon took it away for the first lead of the night for Florida State, and he'll have to earn it at the line.
Visible frustration by Buzz Williams.
Outlaw called for his third. They can't afford foul difficulty, and they're starting to have it.
Ball comes loose, a mishandle, puts you at a deficit in defensive transition, and Bacon get to the free throw line again.
First one gets the friendly roll. Seth Allen returns. Outlaw will go out with 3 fouls. He's the first Virginia Tech player with 3. But Allen, Robinson, and C all have 2. And they've played only 7 men tonight, and probably will unless they have to go to an 8. Florida State now leads for the first time tonight. 4 times in the first half they trailed by 8 points. Allen, the bounce, and it's intercepted. Jarquez Smith back on the floor for Florida State, number 23. He sets a screen for Bacon, and there's the first field goal of the night.
Amazing how often you see it happen. Guy gets to the free throw line, he sees it go through the net, he starts to feel a little bit better, he gets more assertive. This guy's too good a player.
The number 2 seed now with a 3-point lead. Boy, Robinson looked like a lot of body contact there with Jarquez Smith. They let it go, man. Couldn't finish the dunk off the lob. Bacon the miss. How athletic are they? Rattan Mays lays it in.
They start flying around the floor, getting to the offensive window. I'm telling you, this is when Florida State, you just go, wow, they got potential. It's just that you don't see it consistently enough. Buzz is going to make sure it doesn't get out of hand here.
10-0 run for the Seminoles to open the second half.
Well, Dwayne Bacon starting to get to work on the offensive end. He bumped his left wrist. I'm not sure I'm buying that. It's an amazing thing when you see the ball go through the net, all of a sudden you become a little bit more aggressive. You walk into a screen by Virginia Tech, you get him into the mid-range, and then watch all these Florida State jerseys fly around the rim. We talked about athleticism, speed, doing work.
The Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, Sunday at noon Eastern on ABC.
The California Highway Patrol think they have some crooked cops. You have 24 hours to solve this case or you're fired.
Can we just go with a warning instead of a full-fledged fire? I dominate anything with a motor.
You crashed 8 minutes ago on flat pavement.
Didn't hurt, dude. Come on! Está compensando por una chiquita.
What were you guys saying? I heard Bikino, I think, is small or something.
They just said they like the bikes.
Then he pointed at my crotch.
Because that's where the bikes go.
Oh.
Chips.
I really like those guys. We should get a beer with them.
Rated R.
Finally.
Ron! They're finally taking down that Schwab billboard.
Oh, not so fast, Carl.
Oh no, Schwab again. Index investing for that low? That's 3 times less than Fidelity.
And 4 times less than Vanguard.
What next? No minimums?
No minimums.
Schwab has lowered the cost of investing again, introducing the lowest cost index funds in the industry with no minimums.
I bet they're calling about the Schwab news.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management.
With the Travelocity Customer First Guarantee, your only worry will be that one rogue cloud.
Get help with hotels, free 24-hour flight changes, and our price match guarantee.
Travelocity. Wander wisely.
Chevy is the most awarded car company 3 years in a row.
Really?
Let's see how quickly you can read through all their awards.
2017 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Kelley Blue Book 2016 Best Resale Value. 2016 JD Power Highest Quality Ranking. 10 Best blah blah blah. 2016.
Only about 90 more to go.
That's a lot of awards.
Now through March 13th, get 20% below MSRP on all 2017 Spark, Impala, and Sonic models. That's over $8,000 on this Chevy Impala. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
It's back. And it's front. No, really. The Triple Double Crunch Wrap Big Box is back. And it's still all mains, no sides with the Doritos Locos Taco, a Crunchy Taco, and a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Just $5, only at Taco Bell.
Well, the last team to take the court in this tournament will be Mike Bray's Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. They'll take on Virginia. I mentioned the Irish have lost 10 in a row against the Cavaliers. Bonzie Colson and his teammates trying to turn that around tonight. And Kyle Guy, the big guy on campus right now in Charlottesville with his recent play, including a career-high tying 20 points in their win last night.
Do you think the gold beats were the gift of the ACC tournament? If they were, I want in on those.
You do?
I do.
You have to be more like Billis and just find all the free stuff you can. It just comes instinctively to him. You can sense where it is. Seth Allen. Again, a deep shot clock. Robinson with the floater. And finally, Virginia Tech with a bucket.
He just plays at his own pace, doesn't he, Justin Robinson? Doesn't get sped up. As Buzz told Maria, when we are ourselves, we're pretty good.
Isaac, a little bit long with the face-up jumper. He'll try again from Jarquez Smith, and the third time is a charm for the freshman. Just 2 out of 8 from the floor.
So Florida State, look at that rebounding advantage on the offensive end. And their points in the paint differential is incredible, as is their second chance. So starting to wear down Virginia Tech a bit.
Allen on to shovel it off inside, but couldn't find someone to pass it to. Robinson, like he might have been hit or the ball was hit. It was well off. It'll be Virginia Tech's ball after immediate timeout.
Look at the adjustment of Jonathan Isaac in the air at 6'10". He's lean and he's mean. And he sticks on the offensive window, and then Mr. Robinson is in the house. Look at him navigate. Pretty soft jumper.
The markets can be very unpredictable. New York Life, on the other hand, is as consistent as my free throw shooting. They've paid a dividend to participating policy owners every year since 1854. It may not be sexy, but it works. Be good at life. New York Life.
You're either ready or you're not. What's wrong?
I got 10 new guys starting tomorrow.
10.
Paul, Pauline.
Is Pauline a guy? Sorry.
Mike, and Mike, Michelle.
Okay, you need uniforms, work gloves, goggles, hard hats, all the safety gear. I'm on it.
Well, that's good, because I got 15 more new guys starting Tuesday.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Am I ready?
What?
Am I ready?
You're ready.
I'm ready.
Cintas, ready for the workday.
Hello?
Yeah, I noticed your car's not in the driveway.
Yeah, it's in the shop. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg.
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
You should have taken it to Midas. Get some of that Midas touch. He'll tell you what stuff needs fixing and what stuff can wait.
Next time, going to Midas.
High five. Ah, did not see that coming.
Get a conventional oil change plus for only $19.99 or $10 off a premium oil upgrade. For oil, brakes, tires, everything. Trust the Midas touch.
When I want a $7.99 large pizza from Pizza Hut, I can order with this, and now from my Pizza Hut Pie Tops.
Now get a large 2-topping pizza for just $7.99. It's the best pizza delivery deal.
Because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, Melissa, the whales need your help.
I love whales! Go, Melissa! Let's protect those whales!
Hey, Melissa, now the rhinos need saving.
Rhinos! Rhinos!
It's hard to be an eco-warrior, but it's easy to drive like one. Introducing the most fuel-efficient crossover, the Kia Niro.
Oh, come on! I need a hero!
Are you kidding? Money, baby, money! Oh, my goodness. Man, if you don't like this, there's something wrong. What a play! Let the party begin!
Champ Week's biggest night begins Saturday at 6 on ESPN.
Back at the New York Life ACC tournament, quarterfinal round action. Virginia Tech never trailed in the first half, but now they're down by 5 to Florida State as we go inside the play with Doris Burke.
Well, here's the challenge that Zach Leday is facing. So the ball gets reversed. You're looking at 7'1", giving up all of that inches and all of that size, giving up basically 75 pounds. Zach Leday had to outplay John Collins last night, and Michael Ojo is giving him all he can handle. As you see the Florida State run right now and a +12 advantage on the glass.
They've out-rebounded the Hokies 28-16. Florida State's had more offensive rebounds than Virginia Tech has had defensive rebounds. What a beautiful play drawn up by Buzz Williams and executed by the Hokies. The bucket by Zach Leday. Isaac for 3. We mentioned he grew 7 inches in high school. He was a guard for much of his life, and he can hit it from out there. He's made 33s this year now. He shoots 37%.
Sean, he's got 11 and 10. Does it feel like he's had to work for a lot of it?
No.
Zach Leday, he will continue to compete, and he gets his teammates up and on their feet.
Dwayne Bacon's second foul.
You know, he's barking at his teammates here. And I got to say, there was a defensive breakdown that led to Leday's last possession where he dunks the basketball. Clearly a mistake. It was not good. But there was real frustration by Bacon. I'm telling you, listen, Doc Rivers is huge on this. Body language, how you communicate to your teammates. I think he's got to be better, Sean. I think he's a phenomenal talent.
He's trying to drive, well guarded by Seth Allen. And it popped out to Leday. Justin Robinson the push. They haven't been able to get much in transition tonight as Florida State's done a good job getting back. Leday goes right at Jarquez Smith. And then Leday is going to be called for a foul. His second.
Look at him. Bacon's got the ball and he's barking at Jarquez Smith. Now Jarquez Smith might have been responsible for the defensive breakdown, but barking at him and sort of doing this. And look at everybody tapping him on the head. It's like, we're all right. We're all right. And see, that's kids understanding what their teammate is. He's competitive. He's gonna pop off, and that's okay sometimes. But to bark at Jarquez Smith up the floor for a defensive breakdown, Sean, just let it go. Get next play.
And, you know, the NBA people are watching all the time. Scouts, in this case, a lot of GMs here this week between here and the Big East tournament going on right across the river at Madison Square Garden. Leday just called for his third foul now. And Bacon needs to realize there are all kinds of eyes on him. That's a big turnoff for the NBA people who are evaluating every little thing about you. Good anticipation by Leday, running the floor and asking for the ball, didn't get it. Then he falls down in the lane, needs to get out of the lane.
Good recovery, really good recovery by Rattan Maves.
And again, the shot clock runs under 10 for Virginia Tech, and under 14 minutes to go in the game now. Seth Allen, it comes back to him after Smith blocked, and then Isaac with the great hands poked it away. It leads to an opportunity. Bacon. Isaac left alone for three that goes off. Isaac's had a double-double tonight now, as Doris said, his 7th double-double of his freshman season. 11 points, 10 rebounds. Bibbs. You know, last night, Doris, the Virginia Tech players of the offensive end moved briskly. The ball moved crisply. None of that tonight. You just wonder if it's fatigue, second game in as many nights.
Agreed. And give some credit to Florida State, doing a better job, I think, closing on those shooters, doing a better job recovering and making them score over length.
Rattan Mays short. Ahmed Hill the rebound. Redshirt sophomore from Augusta, Georgia.
Well, you know, guys, Buzz Williams in the last time out was talking to his team about being aggressive. He doesn't like the way that they're playing on offense, not looking to come off screens and make something happen, creating off the dribble, but also defensively. He wants his closeout to be a lot stronger, quicker, be there on the catch. So he's really talking to his team right now about aggression, but you're right, Doris, the second game here played in just 2 nights. It might be having an effect on those legs.
Plus, you've got all the depth. I mean, Florida State just keeps running bodies at you. I had them several times. They come at you in waves, and by the second half, you're sitting there going, how many of these guys are there?
Seth Allen, high arcing three.
I don't love the shot. No. 17 ticks on it.
They haven't made a three in the second half after they connected for 7 threes in the first half. They're working on Isaac's left ankle or foot. So despite the very sluggish start to the second half of the offensive end for the Hokies, they're down by just 3. Bibbs, strong drive. The left-hander, junior from Dayton, Ohio. He's another player out of Montford Academy in Florida. Leading 3-point shooter in the history of Virginia Tech by percentage. Better than 43%. 4th all-time in the ACC. Four seconds on the clock for FSU, and the shot would not go from Trent Forrest, the freshman guard. Now a chance to reclaim the lead for the Hokies. Leday will go to the line to try to do it. And Buzz Williams fired up, trying to keep his team's energy level up with the second game in as many days.
Well, you know that this team's going to play hard regardless of the time and score. And Mr. Bibbs You see Bacon is tagging, looking to give his teammate a little bit help, and that opens up Bibbs for the drive.
The markets can be very unpredictable. New York Life, on the other hand, is as consistent as my free throw shooting. They've paid a dividend to participating policy owners every year since 1854. It may not be sexy, but it works. Be good at life. New York Life.
Allergy congestion makes you feel trapped. Break through with Allegra D 5-in-1 Relief. It works fast, has a non-drowsy antihistamine, and a powerful decongestant. Break through allergy congestion with Allegra D.
Announcement: the moment you discover Shamrock Shake just got chocolatey. Enjoyment: when that first sip of chocolatey mint deliciousness is too good to share. Astonishment: the uncontrollable reaction one has to chocolatey mint awesomeness. It's chocolatey, it's minty, it's Shamrock Chocolate Madness. Only at participating McDonald's. Worriment: the moment you realize you have a limited time to try them all.
It's another pure gray morning, don't know what the day is holding, and I get up right when I walk right into the path of a lightning bolt. Got it so the land they won the water, not the wine, but when I see the signs, I'll jump on that lightning bolt.
Trouble. Last week, Mr. Ryder got a triple double.
I just didn't want to go home. Wanted to try to give my team some fight.
I'm so proud of my guys. They played so darn hard. I hope we have something left tomorrow.
Duke came from 12 points down the second half to beat Louisville. North Carolina pulled away from Miami in the second half. So in tomorrow's first semifinal here at the New York Life ACC tournament, it'll be Duke and North Carolina, a renewal of the greatest rivalry in college basketball, and how even it has been over the last 98 meetings. They've each won 49, separated by 1 point.
That's incredible, seriously. Best rivalry in college basketball, and Isaiah Hicks' performance, I'm happy for the young man. I think he's got tremendous talent. He's obviously battled foul trouble, and I think that has implications beyond this tournament, right? You don't want to get him in a situation in an NCAA tournament where he has to sit for an extended stretch because he can't, you know, keep himself from getting in early foul trouble. It's just so important to have him on the floor. He's a capable guy. They can play so big with he and Meeks.
Zach Leday. 2 more free throws and Virginia Tech reclaims the lead. 11:20 to go, 1 point game.
You see with Kofor in there at that post position, they don't post him the same way they do Ojo. So they'll have to go about attacking when they get reversal some other way.
Look away pass by Terrence Mann, who's back in, and it spins off for Kofor, but Mann was there to tip it back in.
14th offensive rebound, 14th second chance point.
First bucket of the game for Mann. From a basketball family. His mom is here tonight. Dania LaForce was a fine player at Georgetown, is now the women's basketball coach at the University of Rhode Island. There she is here tonight. He said he wears his number 14 because that's the number Mom wore in college at Georgetown. Maria?
You know, I talked to Mom before the game, Sean, and she says that Terrence was basically born on a basketball court. He learned how to count by looking at jersey numbers. When she coached here at LIU in Brooklyn, she would bring the stroller out, roll him around the court. He used to be the ball boy, so everyone had to ask politely for him to give the ball. And as he grew up, he did say he wanted to coach, but he wanted to coach like Gino because he's grown up around women's basketball and loves the Huskies. Mom said he needs to coach like Mom, though, guys.
Her son thought about jacking a 3. As we mentioned earlier, that's really not the strength of his game, just 6 of those all year. Mann was their leading scorer in the win in the regular season against Virginia Tech. He had a career-high 22 points. Tied at 50, Virginia Tech's ball. Almost midway through this second half. The winner goes on to the semifinals to play either Notre Dame or Virginia. That'll be our final game tonight in the quarterfinal round. C.J. Walker called for the FSU foul.
That's called getting a foul called on you before you get beat, because Isaac is going to come back in. Is that left foot bothering him? We'll see. But there was a complete mismatch on that possession. Zach Leday was going to get a layup if he doesn't make that foul.
Boy, Leday. There's a magnet drawing him to the free throw line. He shot 18 free throws last night. These will be the 10th and 11th free throws for Zach tonight.
Well, the magnet, Sean, is the play calling for Buzz Williams, because this little misdirection, they've scored on that exact play coming off the baseline or on the sideline. Good play calling and good out of bounds special situations by Virginia Tech.
And he's on a roll right now. He had 24 in their regular season finale loss Saturday at home to Wake Forest, which ruined senior day. Then he had 31 and 15 rebounds last night. Yet revenge against Wake Forest.
Well, this kid was not a player. You think about his first 2 years in Florida, he was not productive at all. That's by work and will. He's turned himself into a player.
Walker, little stop and go. Couldn't score over Seth Allen. A lot of lefties in this game.
A lot of lefties on Virginia Tech.
Buzz Williams, what's left of his voice, using it to communicate. Now
he had to stomp his feet.
Yeah, the voice wasn't working apparently. Isaac, line drive from the corner, and Bibbs way up in the air at 6'5" to come up with it, but they turn it over. Trent Forrest has it back from Walker, and the freshman guard pulls it out. Under 9.5 minutes to go. Nice pass by Walker inside, and Kofor was fouled. It'll be the 15th foul of the half on Virginia Tech. Could be a lot of free throws the rest of the way. Tonight on ESPN, after the final Pac-12 quarterfinal matchup. Stick around for SportsCenter tonight. The dynamic duo from the West Coast. Stan Verrett and Neil Everett. Everything from Champ Week, the NBA, NHL, NFL free agency news. And some big maneuvering today. Adam Schefter's been all over it, and Chris Mortensen and our team. Leday to the bench with 4 fouls. Big development here. That's SportsCenter at night, also streaming live on the ESPN app.
Wow, that's a huge loss, because Florida State has dominated points in the paint. Does it get worse now when he's out of there? Right away they go to a dribble drive by Bacon, and the points in the paint keep adding up. That's huge.
You know, they said they couldn't call it tight for Virginia Tech to be successful, and they have. A lot of whistles in both halves. Outlaw step back 3. So tied at 52, under 9 minutes to go. Can Florida State capitalize on the absence of Leday? Mann makes the shot. Just the third 3 of the night for Florida State. But the 3 ball, a huge weapon all year long for Virginia Tech, and they haven't made one here in the second half after they made 7 in the first half. Outlaw, all kinds of trouble, nearly traveled. Allen way off. Rebound down to Isaac. His 11th rebound of the night. Bacon with Leday out of there, goes right at the hoop.
I wonder, does Buzz use a timeout here? They're going 5 out on the offensive end. Florida State on that last defensive possession, really good job just getting a stance and cover everything. And in fact, he will use one as it's a 7-zip run.
Since Leday went out, I know there's a long way to go, Doris. Almost 8 full minutes, but I wouldn't leave Leday over there for very long.
No, I don't think you can, Sean. It's going to get away from you too quickly. You see Dwayne Bacon starting to heat up a little bit. He's got the ability to score at 3 levels. And then Mr. Mann with the 3-point corner 3. Only their 3rd one. If you only make 1 now, I'm not sure you can do that, Sean.
Yeah, it's his 7th of the year, so he hasn't been able to do that very much.
The markets can be very unpredictable.
Rated PG-13. Experience it in IMAX tomorrow.
The Reuben hails from New York. But with Arby's new Reuben, with double the meat, they should rename the city New York, New York. Arby's, we have the meats.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by New York Life. With the right guidance, everyone can be good at life.
Terrence Mann celebrating a rare 3 for him, as his mom in the house, and that's exactly how I touch it. That form is pretty, son.
Terrence Mann out of Lowell, Massachusetts. First 3 of the night, 7th of the year. So mom will continue to work with him on that form. I think someone just let her know she was on TV. Zach Leday still on the bench. Game turned immediately when he went to the sidelines with 4 fouls for Virginia Tech. They've played just 7 men tonight, and one of them, Hadim C, has played only 7 minutes. The other 6 have all played at least 23 minutes. After playing last night a hard-fought game against Wake Forest to get them to this point. Allen, boy, that was a turnover waiting to happen. He tried to jam it into C.
Yeah, C.J. Walker just is playing really hard and communicating with his teammates. He's not giving up on plays. He's putting all kinds of pressure on Seth Allen. C.J. Walker has played very good basketball in his minutes.
Walker with it now. He was one of the 3 finalists for Mr. Basketball in Indiana last year. You know who won that award?
Mr. Guy, who we'll see next.
Yes, Mr. Guy indeed. Walker, Kofor the bucket. Junior out of Atlanta, the son of Michael Kofor. Had a terrific career in the NFL for the Detroit Lions. Phil's from an athletic family. His mom, Reba, played basketball at Tennessee. Boy, you just wonder about fatigue affecting the long-range shooting as well. The 3-point shots way off in this half for Virginia Tech. They are 0 for 5. C, lazy handoff, flicked away by Mann. His mother's gonna like that one. More TV time for the Mann family.
You got to bring Zach Leday back in the ballgame. This is getting away from you.
Yep.
Florida State on an 11-zip run, really active on the defensive end.
And Buzz doesn't want to wait any longer. He's going to use his last timeout to get Leday into the game. This is the largest lead of the night now for Florida State.
Now, Florida State doing a good job defensively. As you said, Sean, just really poor handoff. Can't be casual against Florida State. They're too long, they're active, they're athletic. Now he's James Harding in it. Give me a little, I'm cooking right now. How about C.J. Walker, who I think whose intensity on the defensive end has been important. Really good job to draw and dish. Love it. Love the emotion. It is March, after all. Looks at his teammates over on the bench.
I think Mom might talk to Terrence about toning down the hot dog stuff just a little bit.
I don't know.
11-0 the run for the Seminoles since Zach Leday went to the bench. So Buzz Williams Xing and Oing. The biggest adjustment he's making this time out is just getting Leday back in the game. And Doris, regardless of this result tonight, how it goes, I think Virginia Tech is going to be a very tough out in the NCAA tournament.
I agree. They're really hard to contain off the dribble drive. Robinson and Seth Allen are both good playmakers, can get by most people, and then they surround those 2 guys with tremendous shooters, and just have a ton of respect for Zach Leday. He's a kid who at South Florida started 16 games of 32, but his productivity was nowhere near, and I give a ton of credit to Buzz Williams. I go back to something I said last night. Jay Crowder, Jimmy Butler, and Wes Matthews, all highly respected pros with unbelievable work habits, and all would contribute some of that to what this guy's influence was on them.
You know, all improved mightily when they were at Marquette, where Buzz did a terrific job. 6 years the head coach there. He took him to 5 NCAA tournaments. Won the regular season Big East title. That's no small achievement. in 2013. Nearly made it to the Final Four. Syracuse stopped them in the Elite Eight. Zach Leday immediately making his presence known. Can they get the three? No. And again, these players way up in the air to snare rebounds. That was Dwayne Bacon at 6'7", way up off the floor. Under 6 minutes to go. Bacon a stepped in three. There's Terrence Mann again.
I don't know if she's going to talk to him about the James Harden I'm cooking motion, but I will say she'll say, I liked how hard you played, son.
I didn't detect any theatrics after that bucket. But man, after a very quiet first half, has really emerged.
I just love the reaction. Bacon puts it soft on the rim. He goes between bodies. Really good job finishing and just tosses it to the official. I like that. It's like when a running back scores a touchdown, just passes it to the ref. I like that. I do this all the time. I've been there before, Sean McDonough.
Allen, strong drive. Didn't get it to fall. Jonathan Isaac, the foul. Florida State's 8th team foul, and the second on the freshman from Naples, Florida. Went to IMG Academy, a little north of Naples.
Can I ask you a quick football question?
Yes, you can.
Because Adam Schefter earlier today seemed awfully excited about the potential, I think it was defensive back or cornerback that was going to sign with the New England Patriots.
Stephon Gilmore from the Buffalo Bills, Pro Bowler.
That's unusual for the Patriots to do it that way, correct? To go out and sign a free agent?
Well, they'll do it from time to time.
How good is this guy?
I think he's very good. What's more important, Bill Belichick thinks he's very good. I lean a little more heavily on his opinion. But there's a lot of interesting maneuvering today. And Adam Schefter all over. It's funny to watch him on TV. He gets a phone call. He just walks off the set.
It's unbelievable. He's got 2 or 3 going at all times.
I was very pleased that on the 3 occasions Drake has called you tonight on the phone, you have not taken off your headset and walked off.
He can wait.
Yes, indeed. C.J. Walker, as you said, he's had a nice night, and it's getting better. He wears that number 2 because Kyrie Irving is his favorite player. Pretty good guy to model your game after. Florida State pulling away. And a turnover. The Hokies, in all fairness, look out of gas. 7-man band to start with. Robinson playing on a bad leg. Foul trouble they couldn't afford. And it is slipping away. Bacon.
He's a really difficult check. You know, if you guard him small, he goes right to the post. He can elevate over most guys.
(17-1) run over the last 5 minutes. Isaac a block shot, showing his range of talents. Bacon, Robinson perhaps too tired to hold his position. That's a tough guard anyway. 3rd foul on Robinson.
Well, that looked very Kyrie Irving-esque right there, that drive. Good speed, good handle, right to the window, and then this guy, such a difficult check. He's bigger than Seth Allen, so he takes him right to the box. Feels like this offense has run really well with C.J. Walker running the point guard. Ball has been moving, the intensity level has been high.
Tale of 2 halves for Bacon, who sat out the Isaac to the bench. Isaac with 11 points, 11 rebounds. Under 4 minutes to go. Florida State about to advance to the ACC tournament semifinals, it seems, for the first time since 2012 when they won their only ACC tournament title. Zach Leday walked right to the bucket.
Virginia Tech comes with some pressure, broken easily here by Florida State.
Gola Rodas back in the game. Bryant passed it off to C.J. Walker. Ten to shoot. But the Noles in no hurry with a 13-point lead. Tough fadeaway by Bacon. And then Bacon called for the foul as he upended Seth Allen at midcourt. Third foul on Dwayne Bacon.
Terrence Mann, 9 second-half points. Mom will enjoy that. How proud she must be. She's on the phone talking about, hey, I'm on television. So is my son. And he makes a three and makes a nice little arrow. Shoot that, and then gives it to James. James hardened up cooking. Stop it now, son. You might have to be in double digits. No reaction on the third one. Any way you slice him, Mom's saying, that's my boy.
With the Travelocity Customer First Guarantee, your only worry will be how to drink this monstrosity.
Get help with hotels, free 24-hour flight changes, and our price match guarantee.
Travelocity. Wander wisely.
Unlike most recovery drinks, chocolate milk naturally provides protein. I know that, and now so do you. I'm Clay Thompson, and I'm built with chocolate milk. Nutrients to refuel, natural protein to rebuild, backed by science.
If you're searching for something to finally relieve your pain, now's the time for lidocaine. New Icy Hot lidocaine.
This powerful anesthetic penetrates quickly to desensitize aggravated nerves with the max strength lidocaine available.
Lidocaine your pain with new Icy Hot lidocaine.
Morning, it's another pure gray morning. Don't know what the day is holding. And I get up right when I walk right into the path of a lightning bolt.
Everyone loves Taco Bell's iconic Crunch Wrap, and once again, we're taking that love to new heights. The one that got away is back in a big way. The bigger, beefier, triple-double Crunch Wrap. Only at Taco Bell.
I mean, I wish I had time to take care of my portfolio, but...
Well, what are you doing tomorrow? 10 a.m.?
Staff meeting.
Noon?
Eating.
3:45?
Oh, compliance training.
6:30.
Sam's baseball practice.
8:30?
Tai Chi. Yeah, so.
That's relaxing. All right, 9:53.
I usually make their lunches then, and I have a little vegan, so, you know.
Wow, you are busy. Wouldn't it be great if you had investments that worked as hard as you do?
Yeah.
Introducing Essential Portfolios, the automated investing solution that lets you focus on your life.
I think I finally found something to turn down for.
Turn down for a potential Western Conference Finals preview. Turn down for Draymond, Clay, Steph, and the clock. Turn down for the two best teams in the league.
Seriously, look at the standings. Warriors, Spurs, Saturday on ABC.
Back in Brooklyn, the New York Life ACC tournament continuing all week long on the ESPN networks. This is quarterfinal action. One more game to come between Notre Dame and Virginia. Notre Dame, the number 3 seed. Virginia, the 6. Notre Dame 0-5 under Mike Bray against Virginia. 0-10 the last 10 meetings. They're 1-10 all time. Big second half for Florida State against a clearly fatigued Virginia Tech team that has shot 30% overall in the half and 0 for 7 from 3. Best three-point shooting team in the conference during the year. They've also turned it over 7 times here in the second half. Free throws for Seth Allen.
Duke's still alive, trying to win this tournament. They would be the first 5 seed to do it.
Are you a numerologist? See, I know that's interesting because it's been 64 years now of this tournament and no number 5 seed has won it. But
well, this is an especially tough year to try to do it with the caliber of competition. Think about the achievement it is to get the top 4 seed and get the double bye, which will be crucial.
If you said no number 1 seed ever won, number 2, I got number 5. You know,
yeah.
You don't come to a tournament like this expecting the 5 seed. When you think once in 63 years it might happen.
Would you say Duke is a non-traditional 5 seed?
Yes, I think they underachieved this year. It's a strange thing to say about a 25-win team, but they were the clear pick to win the conference. A lot of people in the preseason thought they were the favorite to win the whole thing, and they've had a lot of injuries and issues, obviously. And for a while today, it looked like they were going to go out today against Louisville when they were down by 12 in the second half. So credit to them. Mike Krzyzewski commended them for how hard they played, and they did. Zach Leday, the bucket. No fight in the Hokies. Back within single digits with 2:35 to go.
They just play so hard all the time. No fight is too big for this group. Nice job.
The Hokies.
Exactly. And Sean, it feels like on most possessions, anytime off dead balls, they're executing. And what they're doing is they're getting Zach Leday in space.
2 fouls on Phil Kofer. Third straight 20-plus point game for Zach Leday. And Florida State has called a timeout. The 15-point lead a minute and a half ago is down to 8.
Florida State only an 8-point advantage. They built their biggest lead by attacking the window. They have had a distinct advantage in the paint all night long, whether it's been on dribble drive, as you see here with Bacon and C.J. Walker. They've offensive rebounded. They've come with multiple bodies. Phil Kofer, Terrence Mann. The advantage right now on the interior, 40 to 18, Sean.
Right now, Joe Lunardi has Florida State as a 3 seed, and I think they've earned that. You look at their resume. They lead the nation in wins over top 25 RPI teams based on the latest RPI. Wins over Louisville, Florida, Duke, Virginia, Minnesota, and Notre Dame.
There's their ranks. BPI 19, RPI 11. There are the wins you're talking about.
2 wins against Miami.
That Temple loss was right here, and I believe it was a 19-point advantage at one point. The non-conference strength of schedule not very good. How about their start to the ACC schedule? They begin with Wake at home. They go at Virginia, Virginia Tech, Duke, North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Louisville. Look at that stretch over a 3-week span. It's incredible.
From late November to mid-January, they won 12 straight games at one point, the longest winning streak in Florida State basketball history. It really has been, by just about any standard that you judge it, the best regular season in Seminole basketball history. Now they want to have a magical postseason run. You mentioned they played here earlier in the year. Notre Dame has a terrific history in this building, and when I spoke with Mike Bray earlier today, he said, we're hoping the Brooklyn Magic that's worked for us in the past will help us finally get a win against Virginia. Bacon, no. Kofer looked like he was going to try to flush it with one hand. Hope is still alive for the Hokies. That one would have helped their cause considerably. Seth Allen way off as he pulled up for 3.
Xavier Rattan-Mays back in at the point, and wisely, though it could have been a numbered situation, is saying, I've got this, let's set a play here.
And the Hokies still have not made a 3 in the second half.
They have gone exclusively to Dwayne Bacon, pushing everybody aside, and look at Virginia Tech shrink the floor, make them give it up.
Shot clock buzzer wouldn't go, but there's Mann to rebound the miss by Xavier Rattan-Mays, and they'll pull it out, and they can take it down to a minute to go.
And look at this little discussion. Xavier Rattan-Mays wanted that ball back, and Bacon just keeps waving him off.
Bacon, tough one-handed shot in traffic, and now Allen has numbers. Robinson, can they get one? Finally they do. Their first 3 of the half. Their 8th of the game. They're within 5. And I think the officials, are they going to the monitor to make sure it was a 3?
That's exactly what Brian Dorsey is doing. Good job by Robinson to sprint to 3, because that's how you're going to get quickly back into this. Florida State has gone to one-on-one play the whole time. You can see Seth, the pitch across the floor. I can't tell from that angle.
Buzz Williams employing his defense to get up.
Reset to 53.9 seconds.
So they're resetting the clock because it kept running. So I guess they weren't debating the 3.
No. And now Buzz Williams will go to the fouling as we come back to the live action. So it was a 3. It's 10 unanswered points for Virginia Tech, right when it looked like they had nothing left in the tank. Ahmed Hill called for his first foul. And here's another problem for Buzz Williams. You're going to have to keep fouling, and you can't afford the foul trouble. I mean, at this point, though, you have to foul regardless and do the best you can to win the game, but you might lose a player or two along the way. Kofor only been in line 18 times all year, 55%. He made that one. And the Noles have had a terrific night at the line.
And make or miss, you wonder they come with soft pressure. We saw this last night over and over where teams coming up the floor unimpeded. You got to make somebody change direction, and indeed Florida State will do exactly that.
Allen goes right by Kofor to lay it in. No timeouts left for the Hokies. 5-point game. They'll go for a quick steal. If they don't get it, they'll go for a foul. A little weak on the pass. It did get to Rattan Mays, and he's fouled by Robinson. That's 4 on Robinson. Leday has 4.
Virginia Tech foul charges number 5, Justin Robinson, his 4th personal foul, 8th on the team.
8-team foul, so this is a 1-and-1. Xavier Rattan Mays, the right man to foul. He's a terrific player, but as you see, the free throw shooting is a weakness. 54%, exactly 54 out of 100, and that one's off. Robinson.
I'm going to give a clinic in how not to close a game. Florida State doing it right now.
Last night it was Virginia Tech that had trouble closing against Wig. Allen, boy, some contact. The Hokie bench can't believe there wasn't a foul called. And now there is against their Ahmed Hill. Boy, that's a huge no call. They've called a lot of fouls tonight. And there was plenty of contact there around the basket. It appeared from here.
Let's see, does he go up in his vertical cylinder? Well, there's contact on the arm, so I would have blown the whistle and given him a couple free throws. There's so much talk about the vertical cylinder, but to me, that clearly is a foul. No question.
And if you're a Hokie fan, a terrible time for this officiating crew that's had no trouble blowing the whistles tonight to swallow one. Bacon, 8 out of 9 from the line. I mean, what a difference.
It's huge.
Yep. Instead of 2 at the other end, it's 2 for Florida State and all kinds of breathing room now. 7-point lead. Allen deep 3. Long rebound. Controlled by Florida State. Isaac throws the home run. Man, the dunk off the feed from Rattan Mays. And Robinson fouled by Isaac. Big mistake as Robinson was rising for a 3. Although with so little time left, it probably isn't going to make a difference. Leonard Hamilton thought Robinson was swinging his arm. Some bizarre end to this game here.
No, that's a bad call too, Sean. So the NBA has made a concerted effort not to make that call, in fact.
Robinson Has made a couple. He'll have one more. So he makes all three. Florida State up by 6, under 10 seconds to go. Look out, bad pass. Allen stole it. Allen goes to the bucket, misses the up and under. And Florida State's gonna hold on to advance to the semis of the ACC tournament for the first time since 2012, when they won the only ACC tournament title in school history. 25th win of the year for Florida State, and another resume booster with a win over a tournament-bound Hokie squad that's 22-10 as they await their destination in the NCAA.
Florida State team that's got a lot to like about it. Obviously, their depth taking a toll on a team that's playing on consecutive nights. Their speed, athleticism, their ability to pound the offensive glass, score inside. Florida State moves on, awaiting the winner of Notre Dame, Virginia.
Here's Maria Taylor.
All right, Dwayne, you guys came out of the locker room and went on a 10-0 run. What changed for you in the second half?
Just momentum. For me, I just, kept taking shots. I know I missed a lot, but I had to keep doing it for my team. I've been doing it all year. Jonathan came up, rebound big for us. I had 7 boards tonight. So, it was just a team effort. We locked in, competed on the defense end like we've been doing all year, and we came out with a win.
The game got close here in the final minute. What were you guys talking about in those last timeouts to close out this game?
Just securing the ball. Don't turn it over. A lot of times we were turning them over, but we had to, take care of the ball because, usually in a regular season we had a couple games where we turned it over late. So we tried to just secure the ball and take care of it.
All right, the last time that Florida State was in the semis, it was 2012. You won the ACC tournament. Tell me why you believe you guys will do it again this season.
We just have, a great team. This year we went from 12 in the ACC last year to 2 this year. We got a lot of depth on our bench. We got a lot of guys that's willing to compete at the highest level at all times.
All right, thanks for your time.
He had 17 points, and as he mentioned, knew his own stats, 7 rebounds, but was on 4 of 17 shooting to get those 17 points. Final score, 74-68. Florida State over Virginia Tech. Doris, Marie, and I back shortly with the next game of the night, but now to Reese Davis.